If you are 44 years old to 34 years old, that group of people right now, 44 to 34, 1980 to 1989, we're a very specific group of people. We're smarter than everyone around us, smarter than the young people, smarter than the old people. We're stuck. Yeah, the old people, they're too old school, ignorant, mean. You can't do that anymore. That's not right. You're a bigot. You new people, you're a bit extreme. That's absolutely ludicrous. And that makes sense nowhere but your heart, mind, and soul. But okay. 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 So we're stuck. The 80s babies.
All right, folks. Sorry about that. I was running a little bit late there. It is time for Miles Culture Plate. I'm your host, Mild Kevin Miles. Ladies and gentlemen, feds and degenerates, cuckolds of all ages, welcome. It is May 22nd, 2024, and you are locked in. We've got a packed show for you tonight. In fact, that's why I was running late. I was literally the last seconds before the stream, still looking for another video or two to cover tonight. Folks, here we are. Here we are. Wait, what did I just bring that up twice? I think I brought that up twice. Okay, so yeah, we'll get rid of that. So folks, if you're new to the show, please come in, say hello in the chat, whether you're on YouTube, Rumble, or X. If you say hello in the chat, I will give you a toast. I'm still drinking the Four Roses, mostly because, like I said, I was running late and didn't have time to swap out for another bottle. So this one was still sitting here since Saturday. Gonna go ahead and pour a little whiskey. Say hello in the chat. I'll show your message on screen. Poured a little heavy. But let me go ahead and address this real quick. I did pour a little heavy. And I do drink on the stream from time to time. And I do drink a bit. I get a little tipsy. I make sure, look, I'm not going to lie, I have a little bit of stage fright. But I limit myself. Sometimes I might have a heavy pour. Sometimes I might have a glass and then pour another little splash so that I can give an extra person a toast. One thing I will never do is sit and hammer drink after drink after drink while I'm broadcasting myself to an audience on the internet. And I really wasn't going to talk about this, but my pouring of the whiskey, has made me kind of think that maybe I should address this, because I in the past have vocalized support for a streamer in LawTube, the Pope of LawTube, if you will. And this week there was a pretty eye-opening moment in his career. In fact, that he's decided to take a little break. I think y'all know who I'm talking about. We're talking, I'm not going to mention him by name because, frankly, it's bad enough that I'm calling him out. But for a long time now, I've been a little concerned, and quite frankly, I'm not his friend. I'm not his family member. I'm not his daddy. I'm not going to tell him what to do. But quite frankly, you folks are out there listening to me, and I don't know if it's alcoholism. Alcoholism, one thing he did say in that stream is alcohol is an amplifier. Amplifier in the sense that it will take whatever problems you already have and multiply them. It will take whatever mood you're in and pump it up. I don't know if Nick Rekieta's primary issue is alcoholism, but it's definitely there. Alcoholism is there, and it is a symptom of a bigger problem. For the longest time, I've been critical of Nick Rekieta for missing streams, for choosing, I hate to use this phrasing, but choosing his family over his career, because I'm a huge supporter of choosing your family over your career. But it's the ways which he has done that. I mean, literally, if I need to take a day off of work, I make a phone call in advance. I don't just not show up. If I plan on being gone longer than, you know, a couple of days, I try to give someone a heads up. I try to hand off my work. I try to make sure there's something for the people who rely on me to get my work done. Now, granted, this is live streaming. There's plenty of other things to watch. But for the longest time, a career in live streaming has not been necessarily a priority in Nick Rekieta's life. And there, I said I wasn't going to say his name, but I did. And look, man, much love to the guy. Put your family first. Always put your family first. Put your wife first. Always put your wife first. But for those of us who live a normal day to day, a normal 9 to 5, and I get it, that's why he doesn't. You know, it only takes an extra step to pencil that shit into the calendar, to plan that shit ahead of time. And I think that there's an issue of just, quite frankly, poor life management. And I don't know if that's the current issues. He's been kind of wishy-washy about having some personal life issues. Don't know what all that's about. But it's pretty fucking clear that whatever it is has definitely engaged him in a bout of depression. And then the lawsuit that he was covering on his show the other night has added to that stress. And whenever you have that much stress, it's never a good idea to drink without limits. So please, folks, I'm going to raise a glass to you, and I'm going to raise a glass to good health. And even though this is the poison that's killing someone, I kind of admired at one point. I know when to say when, and I hope everyone else out there does as well. And get well, my buddy. Cheers. All right. Now, having said that, let's talk about someone else who has a show, who has an internet presence, and uses it in a shitty way. Look, I don't claim to know much about black culture. One thing I do know is that there were a lot of people who were not happy with Charlemagne the God 4 years ago when Joe Biden sat down on his podcast and said, if you don't know whether to vote for me or for Trump, then you're not black. And, for a white man, for an old racist white man, let's just say it like that, for an old racist white man to tell a black man that, to mansplain what being a black man is, and the fact that you're just going to sit there and nod and agree and not challenge. A lot of folks said that Charlemagne was bitch made. So this election cycle, Charlemagne has decided to take a different tact, and today he was on The View. Today he was on ABC. So, this is probably going to get copy claimed, but we'll see. Today he was on The View. And, The View is for women with Trump derangement syndrome. And Yeah, they demand fealty to the throne here, and we'll see how his tact has worked on these women.
Why not endorse Biden? Because if I'm sitting here telling my listeners that, you have somebody out there who is a threat to democracy, you have somebody out there who said they want to, suspend the Constitution to overthrow the results of an election. You saw this person, try to lead an attempted coup of this country. And I'm telling
Media
people
narrative,
that this guy
media
is a threat
narrative,
to
media
democracy. Have
narrative.
you ever read Project 25? There's only 2 candidates out there. So if I'm saying that about this individual, the choice is clear, right? And I've seen y'all do this on The View before. I saw y'all do this to Killer Mike when he was on The View, and Killer Mike literally sat here and said, "Hey, I supported Keisha Lance Bottoms. I supported Ralph Warnock. I supported John Ossoff, right, in Georgia." And he said, "You should support the people that I've supported. You should support the person who the people I've supported are supporting."
Okay.
That's y'all opportunity to say, well, clearly he's talking about President Biden. Why do
y'all
y'all need
opportunity
us to say this if we don't feel comfortable saying it?
No, it's not that we need you to say it.
Okay. So again, on the one hand, I can't fault him for saying that, but the Trump derangement was in there, right? The media narrative was in there, and it's almost a weasel way out of it. And he further explains in a moment. But Whoopi Goldberg's about to do the Whoopi Goldberg thing and say something along the lines of, Singling 86 over on Rumble. Cheers and welcome, brother. Good seeing you. Would have been funny if Biden had finished the line. If you're not, if you're a, yeah. Drop that in bomb. You know you want to, Joe. Joe. Who built the cages, Joe? Anyway, so Whoopi here is about to make an appeal to authority, right? And kind of play this whole media disinformation narrative that, if everybody's not on this, and it's also an appeal to popularity, right? This, you got to do what everyone's doing, right? Everyone has to do it, and everyone has to, the old Seinfeld episode, right? He doesn't want to wear the button. You have to wear the button. Why won't you wear the button? I don't know. I just don't want to wear the button. Why does it matter? Whoopi's about to do that here.
But I think other folks need to hear, because one of the things I'm sorry, I just jumped you. I'm sorry, but one of the things that we've been talking about is the fact that getting facts out through the media seems to be very difficult.
Oh really? I wonder fucking why. Maybe it's because you've been lying to us about every goddamn thing. And so now, oh no, we got to reach people through podcasts because they stopped listening to us because we're full of shit. So we need you to be full of shit to get our full of shitness out to the people.
I feel like I just spewed some facts.
Yeah.
Yes, but we need you to do it on your
We
show.
we need you to be as full of shit as us on your show.
So but I am going to vote in November, and I'm going to vote my best interest, and I'm going to vote who I think can preserve democracy. So if I think both candidates are trash, and I don't feel like endorsing one, would you rather me endorse an individual or endorse the fact that, hey, we need to go out here and protect democracy?
Okay, so basically, yes, he's already said it. He's voting for Biden without saying he's voting for Biden. And in the longer clip, he kind of says, both candidates are trash. But he that was his time to double down and talk about why all the reasons Joe Biden is fucking trash and why he won't endorse Biden, right? You need to talk about that. Now, again, I'm not going to do what Whoopi does and say you have to say what I want you to say. I'm not saying that. I'm saying that if he's making this decision, like be a man, like talk about your reasons. And I mean, to some degree, do what Whoopi's asking you to do. If you don't like Trump, talk about your reasons. Expand on your fucking thoughts. Don't just say, "Oh no, I'm just voting my interest, man." Don't. If you're gonna go fucking vote for somebody, I've said 100 times on this show, I don't know that I'm going to vote for Trump. Holy shit, was that even, did I even have that up? I think I brought that down. Okay. Hopefully y'all even heard that. But that was his opportunity to say, yes, I'm voting for Biden and this is why, but I don't really support Biden and this is why. You know, don't be like fucking Whoopi, right? Because Whoopi does the whole I won't say Trump's name, so I'll call him 45 or whatever. Come on, folks. At least have the guts to say what you mean. Just have the fucking guts. And unfortunately, Charlemagne the God just sat there quietly when he was faced with Joe Biden's racism, and now he's sitting there quietly when faced with Whoopi Goldberg and Sonny Huston and their bullshit. So, folks, in the news today, we've had here we go. The Republican National Committee offices in D.C. were evacuated due to a suspicious package containing vials of blood. A Republican National Committee headquarters in D.C. evacuated Wednesday morning due to a suspicious package. With security posture now loosening, police have since opened up the sidewalk on the opposite side of the street of the RNC and the Capitol Hill Club. At approximately 7:45 a.m., the U.S. Capitol Police responded to the 300 block of First Street for the report of a suspicious package, police said in a statement to Fox News. The package was cleared by Hazardous Incident Response Division. It contained 2 vials of blood. The source of the package and its contents will be further investigated. A heavy police presence was spotted earlier, and the hazmat teams were at the scene. So you see the photos here. Uniforms with bomb techs and K9s. DC Fire and EMS also confirmed to Fox News they had units on the scene to assist law enforcement while they conducted the investigation. Okay, that's from Fox News there. Okay, folks. So, do you folks remember there was a story during COVID about a gym in New Jersey that was being demanded to be shut down due to the COVID distancing rules and regulations of the state of New Jersey? People were threatened to be arrested. I think maybe, and yeah. Here we go. Today, New Jersey gym owner who defied COVID shutdown cleared of all charges after a years-long legal battle. That's from the New York Post here. A New Jersey gym owner who defied the Garden State's COVID restrictions was cleared of more than 80 charges relating to a series of pandemic-era confrontations with police, and he celebrated by posting on social media that the government could suck his D. Ian Smith and Frank Trumbetti, co-owners of Attilis Gym in Belmar, racked up summonses after they kept their workout spot open in May 2020, despite Governor Murphy's mandate to close non-essential businesses. At one point, cops even arrested some gym rats as they left the building, and the owners were hit with scores of summonses and eventually ordered to pay $165,000 in fines for violating public health emergency rules, according to NewJersey.com. Several of the charges, which included violating a governor's orders, operating without a mercantile license, creating a public nuisance, and disturbing the police, could have landed the duo in jail for 6 months, according to their attorney, John McCann of Oakland, New Jersey. But late last month, a municipal judge in Winslow Township dropped the charges following a nearly 4-year legal battle. It was just a decision, McCann told the Post on Tuesday, adding that the pair were improperly charged by local authorities. Imagine that. Quote, the town was not acting in good faith. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 words right there. 8 words that should define the experience we all went through during COVID-19. The government was not acting in good faith. I don't care if I get kicked off of YouTube. That's the truth. That's the truth. That's not medical disinformation. The government was not acting in good faith in their response to the pandemic. Again, please consult with your doctor regarding any medical and health decisions. Smith, who killed a 17-year-old while driving drunk in 2007, was then arrested for another drunk driving incident. Okay, so here we go. We're bringing up irrelevant drunk driving. Granted, motherfucker needs to quit drinking and driving. Celebrated his legal victory on Instagram with a post thanking his supporters and insulting the governor. Yeah, we showed that already. The victory opens the battlefield again and gives us options to continue to push back and bring justice to the treasonous actions of Murphy and his lackeys, Smith said. He didn't elaborate about what the treasonous actions might be. SMID, Phil Murphy, he added, neither local or state officials decided to appeal the ruling. When you look at this, it didn't make a lot of sense at the time, McCann told NJ.com. Kind of looked like they were throwing everything they could at these guys. These charges hung over these guys' head for over 4 years. We didn't get a lot of cooperation from Bellmauer with regard to discovery. The only thing we got regard to discovery was the summonses. You need the reports. You need a whole bunch of stuff, the judge in Winslow said. Bellmauer did not provide the court with meaningful discovery to give us. She basically said that Bellmauer ignored the requests. Yeah, because government is above. Government is above establishing that they need to prove that they are legitimately enacting their tyranny. McCann, a well-known attorney who once worked for the Bergen County Sheriff's Office, says he's now trying to retrieve the money the gym owners paid in state fines. He's not sure how it will go. Oh, see, they paid the fines, unfortunately. That's a very tricky issue, McCann told the Post. It's very, very complex, and I'm making my way through that. Is the state trying to destroy people? McCann added. Why are you trying to destroy small businesses? During the pandemic, Smith accused the state of being selective about which businesses could stay open and which couldn't, telling people that liquor stores are essential, but places they can come to work on their physical and mental health is not. That's not just not adding up. We decided to take matters into our own hands, Smith said at the time. McCann maintains that Attilus's owners didn't make any money off of gym memberships during the bulk of the pandemic. There was no income coming in, but the GoFundMe money they were raising to fight the state, referencing a fundraiser that brought in more than $500,000. Smith also tried to run for Congress, but was soundly defeated in the primary in 2022. Okay. I mean, eventually justice might happen for you folks. Sometimes you have to defy the government and keep defying the government, and sometimes they will run you over with a truck, and sometimes you may see some justice. I mean, just look at the event from January 4 years ago. You know, those people, a lot of them have not seen justice. A lot of them have seen a lot of injustice. Speaking of people who don't see justice, from CNN, the Hunter Biden trial on tax charges will be delayed until September. Hunter Biden's trial on tax charges has been moved to September 5th after the judge presiding over the case made Biden's attorney promise he would not seek further delays. In asking for a delay, Abby Lowell, an attorney for Biden, cited issues with discovery, witnesses, and obtaining experts in the case, as well as the upcoming trial for federal gun crimes in Delaware, which is set for June 3rd. Hunter, son of the president, has been accused of engaging in tax avoidance conspiracy for several years as he funded a lavish lifestyle, as well as purchasing and possessing a firearm while using illegal drugs. He has pleaded not guilty to all charges. Biden's efforts to delay the gun trial have repeatedly failed. Biden waived his appearance at today's hearing and was not in court. The time to try this case is now, said the prosecutor Leo Wise, who opposed the motion. We feel this attempt should fail. I reject that zealously representing a client is a delaying tactic, retorted Lowell. Okay, so here we go. We have Leo Wise say, the time to try this case is now. We attempt this. We feel this attempt should fail. You got to poke holes in their argument, right? You got to say why delaying is a problem. There's a lot of noise around this case, but it doesn't make it complex, said Wise, saying it's a case against an individual taxpayer and the volume of exhibits is not massive. In this court, we like to set schedules and keep them, said Judge Mark Scarzi. In ruling that the trial date will be moved to September, he said the needs of the defendant outweigh the prejudice in moving it. There we go. So we won't get to see Hunter Biden face a judge. I mean, I guess we'll see it in June for the gun charge, but we won't see him face a judge in the tax evasion case. From the Daily Mail. Again, we're getting a little deep in the weeds here with some of these stories. I'm not going to really cover this whole thing, but Graceland is saved. A mystery lender who tried to auction off Elvis Presley's Memphis home, Graceland, has given up his legal battle after Riley Keough's court victory. And, there's not much to know here. This is Elvis's granddaughter, Riley Keough, an actress, challenged the sale in a lawsuit and they backed down. All right, you folks ready to get into the viral stuff? From the New York Post, here we go. Gen Z woman floored by 35-year-old man's text after first date. Now, I wasn't really going to cover this. This is a non-story story, right? Why is the New York Post just covering a not even viral video? Like, this didn't even really go viral, but the New York Post is really scraping the barrel for interesting things. In fact, we're going to show about 4 other videos here that are kind of similar in theme. But I wanted to kick it off with this one because, quite frankly, one of the things I like to talk about on this show is the dating market, right? We talk about the dating market a lot, and we talk about the interactions between the two genders. And I like to highlight some of the delusions women have about their own high standards. For example, is he a bad texter or is he over 35? I guess it's had more than 500,000 views. It's literally a text message that says, "Hey, had fun last night. Have a good day." And he replies, "Me too. Hope your day is going well." This is what 500,000 people are allegedly talking about on TikTok. And now the New York Post has felt the need to highlight in their news coverage. Me too. Hope your day is going well. I mean, I bet it took him hours to come up with this, one person joked. Can we please get it? And then another person, can I please get an example to improve this situation? I am guilty of this. I definitely say the same thing. Can you advise how to color it up? Emojis and exclamations. Castaldi responded by saying emojis and asking for another date were keys to nailing a post-date text. Okay, so literally, you're damned if you do, you're damned if you don't, right? You say too much, you're too talkative, right? You say too little, you're this, right? Women just literally don't know what they want. It's kind of like the old saying, I don't know what pornography is, but I know it if I see it. Women don't know what they want out of a man. They just know it if they see it. Kind of like the meme where the guy's like, "Hey, hello." It's like, "Oh, beautiful," or "Oh, hottie," or whatever. And then the fat guy says, "Hello, hello, human resources." It's like it's literally you could have two people behaving the exact same way, but depending on how she feels about that person in the moment could be the difference between harassment or assault. And and, flirting, right? There's no such thing as flirting anymore. It's all harassment unless told otherwise. And you need to keep doing it, because if you don't, it is what it is. Because it's literally the only thing. If you don't, it's fucked up, because it's literally the only thing continuing heterosexual relationships is men just ignoring the fact that, yeah, most of these women are going to think I'm disgusting and creepy, but there will be one woman who might be flattered by it, and that's the only way this civilization keeps going, is if I just keep being rejected by enough women until the right one just decides my behavior's fine. And again, this isn't cope. I don't do this. I flat out won't. I refuse to play the fucking game. But a lot of dudes do. And we're going to get into that too. But what happens when dudes don't do it? That's really the question of the night. What happens? Sanglin 86. Is heaven missing an angel? I keep running into demons. Yes. And that's what we're going to cover on tonight's show. We're halfway through the show, and we're just now getting to the meat of the show here. So we've got a bunch of videos of women crying. This next woman isn't necessarily crying, but she's complaining. So let's cover this here.
With the way my dating life is going right now, I feel like I'm going to be single for a long time. Like a long time.
Yeah.
I literally just cannot stand. I cannot stand these vanilla ass men. You're boring.
Oh, okay. You can't stand vanilla ass men. I mean, what do you do? What do you do? Right? I mean, again, I've talked about it on this show several times. Do you have to be a felon? What do you have to be? Where's the line between vanilla and non-vanilla, right? Damn it, I don't have my home math poster handy, but yeah, where's the line between vanilla and non-vanilla for someone like this?
You don't intrigue me. And at this point, I'm like losing faith in all men. I just feel like they all want one thing. And if that's what you want, I'm the wrong bitch. Go somewhere else.
Okay, but wait a minute. Which men? The vanilla boring men or the other men? Who wants one thing? See, you're not providing details here. You're just complaining.
I cannot tell another man what I like to do on my free time. I can't do it.
Okay. What you like to do in your free time? Because is it degenerate? Right? Is it degenerate, or is it like basket weaving or something like a cat lady would do? I don't. If you think men are vanilla, then what the fuck? What is your free time? Are you going to sex dungeons? Are you doing OnlyFans? Probably all the above, right? And you think men are vanilla when you behave the same way that millions of degenerate young ladies are behaving. You think that makes you exciting, but men are vanilla. Okay, gotcha.
And I don't give my attention to anybody. And when I'm finally like, oh, like he's cute, like let me talk to him. You're boring. You suck. And I feel like from past experience,
or maybe you're boring. Why is it his entire existence in your life? Why is that his job to then excite you and bring conversation to the table and continue conversation? Why don't you bring something to the table that you can bond with him over, and then the two of you can have an amazing explosive conversation? Oh, that's right, because you're probably a dumbass broad who doesn't have a lot in common with any fucking man on the planet other than your your excitement for the degenerate behavior.
Experiences, I have the tendency to pick the shitty ones.
Oh
So
yeah.
like I'm just gonna
Okay,
stay
so
away.
so your picker is
done.
broke.
I'm logging off. No more for Bella right now. And yeah, maybe I do get a little bit jealous when I see couples out in public.
Here we go. Okay, so you just admitted your picker is broke and you can't trust your picker, and yet when you try to go against trusting your picker, you get frustrated because men won't just throw their dick at you, right? But yet you're also mad when they only want just the one thing. But none of this is your responsibility to be a better fucking person. So then when you go to the park, you see other couples, let's continue.
I'm like, damn, that looks nice. Haven't had that in a long time. When is it my turn? When is it my turn? At the end of the day, it's not my plan. So we're just chilling.
So yeah, I mean it's your turn when you actually want a turn. When it's worth putting in the work. You know, kind of like what I was saying earlier about that other live streamer who drinks too much. You know, there's nothing wrong with putting your family first, but if something is important to you, you will put in the work. You'll put in the time, you'll put in the effort, you'll make time for something. No matter how clogged and busy your life is, no matter how much other parts of your life are important to you, you will make time for the important things. And so the fact that this woman will not put in the work, put in the effort, this young lady doesn't understand that relationships are a two-way street. And, you know, just an exciting, passionate guy just needs to fall in her lap and start eating her vajayjay or whatever. And it continues. The woman complaining continues. So if you don't like these kind of videos, I'm sorry, that's going to be pretty much. We'll do a little gender crazy at the end of the show, but this is going to be the next like 10, 15, 20 minutes, probably longer. Probably longer is going to be these kind of videos. So we have, because a bunch of these went viral this week, and everyone's like, "Oh, this is an epidemic of men just not wanting to date these women." And we covered one on the Saturday show. We already covered one on the Saturday show, but you know, here we are. Here we are. We're covering more of them.
Why high value men think that hardworking women, like entrepreneur women, are complicated in real life, and why do they not date them?
Because you are.
Let me explain my what I'm saying.
Because you are, right? You know, a lot of things men say about housewives, right, is that you know, some men will call housewives lazy. I'm not going to necessarily say that, but definitely you're not dealing with the um, emotional and mental processing that it requires to go to a workplace and deal with your coworkers and deal with your boss and deal with the workload and deal with customers and deal with all these things that a workload has to deal with. So therefore, when you get home, the ability for your partner to then take some of the emotional load off your shoulders and literally just be awesome, right? Just do the home stuff. Now, men, yeah, mow the lawn, take out the trash, whatever. And I hate getting so gender specific about those things because you know I did the show before. Hey, we got Apocryphal World Records. Been in the chat for a couple minutes over on Rumble. Cheers and welcome. Good seeing you. One of these Fridays, I'm gonna have to try to stay up late, man. This summer's got me going to bed early. I know I said you'd make, you know, a person should make time if it's important, but lately my weekends have been just super important. But yeah, good seeing you, and yeah, I definitely want to join you guys for one of those Friday nights. Uh, not gonna be, not gonna be this week though. The holiday weekend has me jammed. Anyway, so as I was saying, the stay-at-home wife definitely takes a lot off of a man's shoulders. But if the man and the woman And again, I hate to get gendered with it all because, I did that whole stream where I was, I was joking, but I was like, get you a woman who would mow the lawn. Like, if she's not willing to mow the lawn, she's not right for you. I'm not saying make her mow the lawn every week. Don't make it her job. But like, if for some reason, like, oh, I got arrested this weekend and the city's on our ass because the grass got high because I was too busy at work all week, like, she could start a lawnmower and push it, right? Just know that your woman could do it, right? Just know that know that your partner is able to take care of those things. Now we I think was it last Wednesday or Saturday we covered this video where a woman's like, I don't do that emotional labor, right? Or domestic labor. Yeah, we did that whole thing about domestic labor. Well, that's part of it. And so when she's like, why don't women like me fall in love? Because, well, this is why. Because after you've been at work all day making all your money, you won't do the domestic labor. You want, most of the time you want to farm it out to DoorDash and, you know, house cleaning services. And, then, it can't all just be sex and foot rubs, right?
I was talking with a friend of mine yesterday, and I was like, I struggle finding a man who's going to accept that I'm self-driven,
Okay.
that I go to the gym every morning, that I run my own business, that I'm a consultant, that I'm intelligent.
Okay. I'm calling bullshit so far. Every man would love that. Right? Every man would love that. At least 50% of men would love that. There's some men that's like, no, I want my woman to stay home. You better stay home. But, there's a lot of men that's like, no, my woman can work. My woman could do this. I love that you're intelligent. These are all attractive values in human beings. But we're waiting for the other shoe to drop. With all these videos, you just got to wait because there's going to be a phrase. There's going to be a word, just like the last video. There's going to be a word where the other shoe's going to drop and you're going to realize, oh, yeah, because her picker's broken. So let's see.
And that I have multiple degrees, MBA and so on, that I work a lot on myself, that I do self-development, and I struggle finding someone who has a business.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Here's the shit. We found the turd. We found the hidden turd. There was an episode of How I Met Your Mother. I like that. I hate that show overall, but I like that some of the themes of the show are how to think about thinking and thinking of unusual, little ways to look at things. They had the whole thing about the friend zone and ways to identify the friend zone. I liked those aspects of the show. And there was one episode where the Allison Hannigan character told the other lady, the one from the Avengers, where's the poop, Robin? And then she's like, what do you mean? She's like, well, when our son runs into the room giggling, I know he's just took his diaper off somewhere and there's poop somewhere in the house. Where's the poop, Robin? And it just means, you're happy, but I know there's an underlying negativity to all the happiness you're displaying right now. And everything she just said about, oh, look at all the great things. Look at blah, 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 blah. And now here we go. You need you have to have a partner who has a business
as well, who's self-driven, who's good looking. And I think that they're all looking for dumb girls.
Okay. Yeah. You're not wrong. You're not wrong. I just explained. I just explained how, those guys, they want a stay-at-home woman. They want a woman who's not dealing with the stress.
I'm sorry to say that, but just simple girls who are just like employees, barely working or something. And my friend told me, you know what? It's because those men are working hard during the day and they are afraid that at the end of the day, they will have a woman competing with her, with them, like talking about business at the end of the day, or like too intelligent and trying to confront them at some point. And I was like, no way, I'm competing with myself all day long. I'm competing with my clients.
Okay, but here you are in a video, right? Talking about all the things you could be interested in a man and all the things a man could be interested in you. And now here you are halfway through the video talking about all the stress you have at your job. No guy wants to have this conversation with you.
I'm competing with my
I mean, don't get me wrong. There are a lot of guys who are willing to put up with the conversation for a happy, healthy relationship. But you're saying that you can be, you're not going to be competing with a man, this and that. Well, okay. Competing was perhaps the wrong word that your friend told you, but you're competing for this attention here, this type of attention.
Competitors all day long. I work hard. Whenever I go back home, I want peace. I want cuddles. I want love. I want sex. I want, I want something. I just want a connection with the person I love.
Okay, so you notice everything she just said contradicts everything she said before, right? She needs a hardworking man, a businessman, good looking. And now she's like, no, I just want love. I just want cuddles, I just want sex and attention and cuddles and peace. Well, it's not necessarily contradiction. Those guys might exist, but for the most part, those guys are out trying to have fun or trying to relax, away from their job. They're not trying to pamper you. They need pampering themselves.
So this
drizzle
is a misconception you have. Maybe because I'm a hypersensitive person.
Oh, there we go.
Maybe there are like businesswomen who are really into their masculine energy, but I'm not. It's not because I run a business that I'm not feminine. And trust me, when I go back home, I look like this, but with all the feminine energy. I'm loving, caring, and so on.
I call bullshit.
So if you are a man, high value man with a business to run, a lot of things to handle during the day, and you're like, oh my God,
why?
I prefer having a dumb blonde girl,
legitimately, yes,
welcoming me home and just saying, oh, what do you need, honey, and something. You're wrong.
Okay, so other people are wrong for their preferences. I mean, are you seeing the absolute fucking narcissism here? Other people are wrong for their preferences.
I mean, most of empires are built because people, they are like strong couple, power couple. And you can be in a power couple and having someone extremely, extremely supportive.
Okay, but you want that, then either give up your career or find a man who isn't independently wealthy on his own. Find a man who will jump into your business and support your endeavors and become a huge valuable asset to your company, like not independent of you. Be that power couple. What's wrong with finding that? Oh yeah, because that would make him a fucking loser, and you don't date fucking losers. Okay.
And kind and loving and caring when going back home, and not talking about business, just asking you how was your day, because I'm gonna understand you, because I'm going through the same troubles.
No,
so
legitimately, no, don't. I mean, yeah, ask, was your day good, bad, but don't ask how was your day. Don't ask about details. We don't. Yeah, it was a rough day. Enough said. Okay, well, let's have a better night. Not come tell me about your day.
Create drama on super.
Because you're going to want to tell us about your day too. And that's just more stress.
official things because I know how much you have to handle during the day. So think about that. Tell me in the comment how you feel if you are a high value man and if you're looking for a woman. Tell me what.
Okay, so yeah, that's kind of the stopping point, at least on the Twitter version of that video. Yeah, if you want a partner, you want a business partner, get a business partner. Okay, the next one is long, so we're gonna watch this at 1.25 speed because it's a 6-minute video, and I'm gonna want to stop it a few times. She tells this pretty long story. This went viral. This went viral for the same reasons. Again, a lot of people asking, why won't good men date these women? And the last couple, at least were semi-attractive. This one not as much. But these all keep starting these conversations online about, well, do men just not want to date anymore? And so let's see what we have here. Okay. Well, I'm curious about this one because she has this weird drawing of an African American dude in the background. Not sure what that's about, but let's hear her story. She's going to tell a long story about going to a stand-up club. I may try to skip some of it, but she doesn't really get to the point, but it's all a little relevant to the point because it all gives a little clues to how insecure this woman really is. So let's hear her story.
I'm not someone that posts or cries or anything on the internet, so this is
Press X to doubt. She's not one to cry on the internet, but yet here we are.
This is a new one for me. I guess I need girls to rally with me and lift me up because I feel so defeated right now.
She needs women to gas each other up.
She
needs validated. She needs fake
my time
attention
for years. And dating apps are so awful. I don't need to explain to you how awful the dating apps are.
Yeah,
so I've been trying to meet people in public, and they're still trash when I do randomly meet people in public. But tonight takes the cake.
All right.
Last week I was like, I'm part of an app that you can.
Okay, so the internet's bad.
Comedy thing
I don't want to meet people.
I bought a ticket, but
I don't want to meet people on the internet. So essentially, I went on Meetup.com and found a meetup of people to meet off the internet, of other people on the internet trying to meet in public. I went back a couple seconds here.
I was like, I'm part of an app that you can basically get invited to these events, and there was a comedy thing coming up, and I bought a ticket, but maybe I'll meet people here. Maybe I'll meet a guy, or just meet people in general that I can become friends with, and then who knows what could happen.
Good luck.
And let me just tell you how this went. I show up. It's a limited seating. Get there first. It was like an open bar, and in my head, I'm a prompt person, so I got there 20 minutes beforehand, and I happened to be.
Got to start the drinking early.
Okay, kind of weird, but okay. They tell me, since it's an intimate thing, try to sit in the front row because it's gonna be hard to get people squishing through there, and it's a sold out show. Okay, that's fine. I sit in the front row, and it's about showtime, and I'm realizing nobody else is in the front row. It's just me. Everybody's filled in the back, every row's filled with all the couples, of course.
Okay, folks. If this ever happens to you, if you go to a comedy show and you realize you're the only person in the front row, fucking get up and walk to the at least the end of the row. If all the other seats are filled up, walk to the end of the row. Sit as far from front and center as you possibly can at a comedy show.
I guess people, some people of course, some people are going to drop out and not show up, but the host of the show comes up to me really quickly and mouths thank you for sitting in the front row, and she proceeds to go up onto the stage and pointed out everyone clap for me for being brave enough to sit in the front row. That was fine. I get it. People are afraid to sit in the front row, and I was kind of excited for it when I thought there was going to be people there.
He was mocking you,
and it was just ironic that the reason I was
there
was
gassing you up,
and it was I was a piranha.
I think you mean
so
pariah.
She informed the crowd that I was safe from being picked on because I was brave enough to sit there, and I'm oh, okay. So the next few comics come
from
up
being picked on. Press
X
to doubt.
Kind of point out are you waiting on people or what's going on here? And I'm have to admit no, I'm trying to meet people. And You know, again, they're nice. They're not being mean to me about it, but it's mortifying.
Oh my God.
It's mortifying.
You admitted to a stand-up comic that you're there to try to meet people and everyone there is in a group or a couple. And you're the only one by yourself, and you're admitting to a stand-up comedian that you're there to meet people. Oh, you naive poor girl.
And then another comic comes up, and again, it's just like, you're pretty, but like, you know, and it's just, yeah. So by the end of the show, the lady comes up and says that they normally do a raffle to win this prize, because it was kind of at like a boutique type thing, but instead of the raffle, she's going to give this thing filled with stuff to the brave young woman who came first and sat alone in the front row. And then she had me introduce myself. What's your name? Anya. And like everybody's as if like brave fucking me. And she tells me to make sure to give my email to so-and-so to get like some gift card or something. And like, this is all in front of everybody. And I just like, I know nobody's sitting there like, oh my God, look at this girl. But like, it's just, it feels like such a slap in the face. And I'm not even mad at the comics. I'm not even mad at the lady. Like, I would probably think the same thing. But like, just for this point in my life, like, it just feels like, Jesus.
It's pity. It's pity. Oh my God. Oh my
like,
God!
I don't want
look at the
to go out again. I'm
look
tired
at the
of it. I'm over
mascara.
it. I'm sick of it. When I try, like shit like this happens, and dating apps suck. And then I get into an Uber on the way home because I can't go have a drink like I wanted to because I have this giant fucking bag full of shit to carry around. And I get in this Uber and it's this 75-year-old woman with her dogs. And she won't stop talking about her dogs and like, I just got an oil change. And what'd you do tonight? Was the comedy show good? And like, I'm being nice and polite, but all I can think about is like, this is gonna be me.
You should have befriended the old lady. I'm sure the old lady has nephews. You should have befriended the old lady. Dear God, woman. Come on.
Like, and I know that's a worst case scenario. And it's not even like that's a terrible thing to be single all your life, but like, I just can't help but feel like I'm gonna turn into this because I'm never gonna meet someone. And for everybody who's gonna tell me,
you're gonna be an old lady with dogs Ubering people around.
come along when you least expect it. I've been hearing that for like 7 years, okay? I'm so sick of hearing that.
What were you doing before those 7 years?
People that just don't find their person and don't get married. So like I'm a
Okay, that see right there. There's the shit, Robin. Right there's the shit. What were you doing before the 7 years? What were you doing in your 20s? What were you doing in your early 30s? Huh? Right? Were you banging the college football team, expecting the right guy to still be there when you hit 35? Or were you trying to settle down with the exciting guitar player and tame the felon? Were you playing Tame the Felon? What were you doing before 7 years ago?
realist. And the realist in me is starting to think like that's gonna be me. And I'm depressed now over it. As pathetic as that sounds. And yeah,
time to get a cat litter box. Time to get a cat litter box. All right. There's a follow-up video. Then we're gonna delve deep into this one here. There's a follow-up. And this one's a few minutes too. I'm gonna go ahead and change it to 1.25 speed. Share this tab instead. Add to stage. Here we go.
So no hate at all towards this creator. I just kind of needed something to stick up top to answer some things. I will be 33 next month.
No hate to this creator. Meet yourself, fall in love with you. 33. Holy shit. I thought she was like older than me. I swear to God. 33. You're 33. I thought you were 45. You are 33. Okay, so 7 years. Oh my God. 33 minus 7 is 26. So again, what were you doing? Holy shit.
And I've been single for 7 years. I know myself. I know who I can be.
What were you doing in your early 20s?
Don't want to be. I love myself, and I love myself enough to know that like I deserve someone to share who I am with. As cocky as that sounds.
Deserve. You
I know it's
deserve.
not everyone's dream to fall in love and have kids or whatever, but that is one of my dreams. And after, about
Look, I will say everyone is deserving of love in some way, shape, or form. I saw a little argument on the internet earlier. I may have chimed in. If you follow me on Twitter, I'm not sure. So yeah, if you follow, I do advise, follow me on Twitter. I get in a lot of arguments and debates with weirdos on the internet. So I apologize for some of the tangents I tend to go on Twitter, but definitely follow me on all the platforms down in the description. So yeah, I was on Twitter and I saw this little disagreement people were having over, you know, whether or not people are deserving, whether or not love is a need, right? And it kind of broke down to the whole Maslow's hierarchy of needs conversation. But really it started off as, no, men need attention and love too, because a woman's like, women deserve attention and love. And then it kind of divulged into, well, then men are just entitled. I was like, entitled? Who the fuck here is using the word entitled? No. Just because you have a need doesn't mean you're entitled to have that need fulfilled. It just means it's time to go seek out that need. Singling 86 says, holy share. And we got Shut Up I Can Cook in the chat over on YouTube. Good seeing you. Good seeing you. Good having you by. Cheers, Cookie. All right. So anyway, I went off on a tangent here, but this idea that someone deserves love, we all deserve love, right? Even if we're shitty people, even Jeffrey Dahmer, even Saddam Hussein, maybe they wouldn't have been such disgusting fucking people if they had found, a more loving, bright spot in their world. Did they deserve it? Were they entitled to it? Should somebody? But we're human beings. It is a basic need. Anyway.
6-7 years, you start to say, this is fun and all, but like I'm kind of over it, and I would rather not make it to year 8 like this.
Too late.
So yeah, I just want someone to sit on the couch and watch Love Island with me and
buy me a God, really? Love Island?
It's been 7 years. I haven't had anyone do anything for me like that. And it's just, that is a clock that I keep ticking along and keep track of for some reason. But I play basketball 3 times a week. I'm on a co-ed flag football team. I coach basketball sometimes. I'm in a running club. I have a job that I talk to multiple people a day, and I'm still not meeting quality people. I'm not meeting people that ask me out.
You know what this says to me? It says, okay, so now again, I could be seriously wrong here. Maybe she's totally a tomboy jock type, but co-ed sports team, co-ed sports team, co-ed sports team. Oh, I need me an athletic man. That's what this says to me. Is I joined all these sports clubs thinking I would just attract some fucking 6-foot basketball player Chad. But no, that hasn't happened. So I don't know what to do. I'm at a loss. Now, I could be wrong. She might just be a jock herself. But man, it sure sounds like she's using this as an excuse, saying, look, I've done these things for this reason. Maybe she's not saying that. I'm projecting a little bit here. But man, I sure hear it in the things she's saying, the way she's framing it all in the same context here.
I would want to ask out, and I'm not meeting people that want a relationship. That's the key to all this also, that want a relationship. I meet plenty of men that don't want anything to do with a relationship, but that's not what I want. And so, yeah, I hit my boiling point last night.
Oh, there's the poop.
For everyone who's saying, like, why would you sit in the front row? I kind of was like, I'm ready to get heckled. Like, they're going to make fun of my outfit, or they're going to point out this or XYZ. I never want.
I just want to say, I meant to get in locals today, and then when I tried, they changed their UI on web browser, and I could no longer use Google to sign in, and I forgot my password, and I literally just did not have time to change the password. So those of you who have been relying on me to post on locals, the link to the stream, I I sincerely apologize. Hopefully you find this show later. I'm going to try to rectify that here in the next couple days. Thank you. Anyway.
Once thought, you know, what's probably going to happen? The 10 seats to my right are going to be completely empty. And although I came here to meet people, the complete opposite is going to occur. And then you're going to have 5 comics make fun of you. Never once crossed my mind. So yeah, it was just like a sitcom basically. And I happened to be in the fever dream. So
okay, but instead of acting like it was a sitcom and taking it for the tragedy it was, and maybe giving yourself this amount of time, because this is great. I like this, right? This makes you personable. The crying about it and putting it in this doom context, this black pilled context you put it in the last video, that wasn't comedy. That was tragedy. Like, that wasn't a sitcom, right? That was the worst nightmare kind of woman drama, right? But this person probably could find a good man, but again, she makes bad decisions. So
I've laughed about it a few times today. It's still brutal. It's a brutal story, but like kind of a cool story that like I know I'm gonna have fun telling later on down the road. I already kind of laughed with some of my friends about it. I'm not mad at the comedians. I was literally bait. Like, how could you not notice? Like, everyone's here, and then there's this one random chick in the front. We got to figure out what's going on. I'm not mad at them at all. I was upset last night about like how things have been going in my dating life.
How did it get so bad?
Finally broke, and I typically hold a
when is it going to be my turn?
I don't really show my emotion like that. But yeah, thank you to everybody who's like commented. Everybody's been so sweet. There's been a few people that like literally I've had to keep myself from going off on. I'm not gonna go down that rabbit hole. This is like my second, third TikTok or whatever. I need to like
this
chill.
is awesome.
But yeah, thank you to everybody, and I clearly am with y'all that are.
She sounds like she's 10 times better here.
Hey, if anyone needs my help, we write at dawn, because I will back anybody up after everybody's given me so much support. And yeah, just thank you.
Yeah, okay. Well, I doubt she's in Central Kansas, but hey, I'd go to a comedy show with her, even though I have a partner. This men turned off. Well, yeah, somewhat. The way she framed things, the way she assumed things, yeah, a little bit of a turn off. Okay, I was trying hard, folks. I was trying hard to find a crackers and cheese segment for this week. But Grok, Twitter, Grok on X, all the AIs I had trying to help me find videos of white people doing cheesy stuff. It failed me. Oh, by the way, yeah, I forgot to post the psyops, thirst traps, shit posts, and grifts. I think. Let's see where. Oh my God, I forgot a video. Okay, so one more video before we get into the gender crazy. Okay, so this video is going to be our psyops, thirst traps, shit posts, and grifts. It's going to be related. This is going to be related. That's why I had 2 of those other bookmarks, because I must have overwrote this with one of the other videos. I had two other videos up. Go away. Got a antivirus pop up here. Okay, gotta love that during a live show. Mild is wild. Okay, so this is our thirst traps, psyops, thirst traps, shit posts, and grifts. This shit, look, obviously a grift, but with all the virality of all these other clips, we have this. It's literally a woman with sad music that she had to add after the fact as she was uploading it to TikTok. Fake crying while preparing cupcakes and saying it's her birthday cake. And she's a single mom and has to make her own birthday cake, and that makes her sad. It's sad being a single mom making your own birthday cake. So sad I have to run to the internet for engagement. So folks, what do you think? Is it a psyop, a thirst trap, a shit post, and a grift? I do think so. I think it's all 4. Okay. Now it's time to switch segments here to the gender crazy of the week. Now we've only got 2 of these today. We've only got 2 gender crazies today. And one is brought to you by your tax dollars. Folks, look, I just watched this video earlier. My coworker showed me this video of like a 2-year-old kid. God, dang, what the hell is going on with all the notifications on my phone? Sorry about all the noise. Yeah, so this 2-year-old kid that's essentially a fucking monk, dude, and doing martial arts and just kicking ass. So while other countries, have these warriors or training fucking warriors from the age of 2, this is what our military is, folks.
Don't just stand there, let's get to it. Strike the pose, there's nothing to it. Strike the pose, there's nothing to it.
Oh, really? And here we go. We got the Madonna music. So yeah, this is going to be copy claimed on Facebook or YouTube. Really? It's a fucking fashion runway. It's a fucking it's wrong runway, dude. Wrong runway. Oh my God. Why do you do this? Why do you people do this? Cookie says, "Oh Lord, no. Oh my God." Yeah. I mean, come on. Just land the fucking plane. Just land the fucking plane. Y'all shop at Walmart? You remember last year there was the Target thing? The Target Pride collection. There was the whole Target Pride collection, and people were outraged and boycotting Target. Y'all shop at Walmart? Here you go.
Queer people have magic that we can share.
We're lucky enough to be in the Walmart Pride collection this year. Total dream come true.
It's not every day that I see my products in a Walmart.
It's important to me to share my art.
No one can make the art that you make. No one can say the things the way you say them.
There's a lot of opportunity to uplift with a bit of playfulness and imperfection.
The world needs to hear what you have to say.
Oh, okay. So yeah. Let's buy our kids a notebook that says "Beyond Gender" on it, right?
You have to say and your story.
Where did it go? Before this chick, apparently. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, buy your kid a Beyond Gender notebook with fucking flaming skulls. The Cult of Death. Cookie says, "I'm scared to go to Walmart. They be fighting in there." Yeah, well, Cookie, maybe if I ever decide to visit the East Coast, you and I can go to Walmart, and then you could visit the Midwest, and we could do a Waffle House, and we could just watch people fight.
What you have to say and your story.
Pride Always collection. So there you go. Oh, sorry. A little whiskey down the wrong pipe. So there you have it, folks. There's your new Walmart advertisement for June. Yeah, we're a week away. We're a week away from the proudest month. The proudest month of the year is only a week away, and we can proudly display our rainbows beyond infinity affection, says Sanglin 86. But that's where we're at, folks. Okay, it is now 14 minutes past the hour. I'm going to go ahead and wrap things up. So again, thank you everybody for showing up. Please click that thumbs up, click that like button. If you're new here, please subscribe or follow whatever the platform you're on says. Click that button to follow me. If you're new here, please consider watching a second video and sharing this off platform. The exposure really helps. The algorithm will promote me if you promote me. All right, folks. So yes, down in the description are links to all of my social media and other platforms that I stream on. I did just a quick show note. I did say that I would consider at some point this week doing a test stream on what you call it, Rumble Studio. Sorry, I haven't drank enough. I'm not. Why is the fucking camera on? No, just kidding. I'm sorry. I got to make light of the situation. Cheers. Cheers to Nick Ricada. Yeah. So yeah, I'm going to be streaming on Rumble Studio either tomorrow or Friday night. If I do it Friday night, then I may join Cool Frog's stream. So, Pocket for World Records, if you're still out there, I may join you guys. No Waffle House, they shooting, oh my God. And then she says I'm censoring her. But no, I just tabbed away for a second. I'm back. So yeah, I may do some streaming on Rumble Studio. So we may do the single mother stream either tomorrow or Friday. I will be trying to pull that off. I may have technical difficulties though because it's Rumble Studio. I'm hoping Rumble Studio has fixed their shit. If that's the case, then I will be streaming to all 6 platforms on Saturday. If Rumble Studio is still broken during my little test here, during my next stream, then I'll probably wind up ranting and trying to figure out a different way to display it on the screen for that stream. Because I'll probably try to run it through OBS or something. I'll figure out a way. Anyway, long story short, if everything goes well, I will be streaming to all 6 platforms on Saturday afternoon, 6 p.m. Central, right here, same bat time, same bat channel. And until then, take care of yourselves, take care of one another. Outlast those haters. Don't get any on you. And if you do, rub that shit in real good. Catch you next time on Miles Culture Plate. Have a wonderful rest of your week, folks. And see you then.